Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin.
10.
Number 10 are the void-touched bloodseekers located in Krakenbane Cove in Tiergard Sound, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. They are shadow sharks. If somebody was already afraid of normal sharks, I don't know how they're gonna feel about shadow sharks. But I actually think these sharks are really cool. They've got the void tendrils coming out of them, they're swimming around, and they got that purple, bluish kind of glow coming off of them. There's this one that's spinning around. I don't know what he's doing. And really, they're just normal sharks that have been corrupted. It's not like they went through some big quest line to be like, we want to kill the humans, give us shadow powers, and then they start swimming around trying to take over the human cities. They didn't do any of that. They just got corrupted. In fact, the world quest that they're a part of is called Corruption in the Bay. And that's really it. There's not that much more to it. They're literally just corrupted sharks. But you know what? They look pretty cool. And that's why they're number 10.
9.
Number 9 is the Hammer, and the Hammer is a hammerhead shark found in the waters of the Lost Isles. And the Hammer is part of the quest A Goblin in Shark's Clothing, where you combine the remains of a mecha chicken with shark parts and assemble the Mecha Shark X Steam to defeat the Hammer. Which, this has to be one of the most goblin quests of all time, where you are creating a robot shark to defeat a normal shark. But the main reason I picked the Hammer is I just think hammerhead sharks are cool, and he's got one of the coolest hammerhead models in the game. And so looking into it, it appears that the hammerhead part of the shark is called a cephalofoil, and it is responsible for the distinctive shape of the hammerhead group and serves many purposes, including giving them superior depth perception and binocular vision, aiding them in navigation and finding food. And hammerheads will actually use their head to ram and pin down prey, which is pretty crazy. So that's why the Hammer is number 9.
8.
Number 8 are the coral sharks, and coral sharks are elite sharks found swimming in the Wild Shore, the Crystal Shore, and the Southern Savage Coast in the Cape of Stranglethorn. And these are actually the sharks that you find patrolling the edge of the underwater cliffs, where if you try to swim out there, you start getting fatigued. And prior to the Cataclysm, these were also found off the coasts of Dustwallow Marsh and Swamp of Sorrows. In fact, you can go find some classic hardcore WoW people that died to these sharks. These also look like the most standard sharks of all the sharks, right? Like, they are the most generic looking sharks, but that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means, like, when I see this shark, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I think a shark looks like, right? But I always enjoyed how these sharks were kind of just the guardians of the edge of the map. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to go swim out and explore the great unknown sea, you'd have to get past these sharks, and they were definitely not afraid to attack and kill you. In fact, there were some Wowhead stories of these sharks actually going onto land and following people on land and killing them, which is pretty insane. So that's why the coral sharks are number 8.
7.
Number 7 is Segaseti, and Segaseti is a sewer shark that can be found in the black market in the underbelly of Dalaran. And it appears that Segaseti is actually a reference to the Sega CD, which I did not even put together until now, and I've seen this shark numerous times over the years. He also doesn't move very fluidly. He kind of chops around sometimes. He'll just be like, like that's the sounds he would make if his movement was creating sound. And during the Purge of Dalaran, Soren Magehand, who's a high elf mage, is levitating a Sunreaver citizen over Segaseti, and when you engage him, he drops him onto the shark to be devoured. However, I've always heard that sharks don't actually eat people, and when I looked it up, it said attacks are extremely rare and people are rarely consumed by sharks. But a starving shark will eat anything, so maybe Segaseti was really hungry, or maybe he just likes the taste of elves. Who knows? But this is also a really small random location for a shark to be. I don't know how they got the shark in here, who put him here. Maybe it's magic, I have no idea, but that's why Segaseti is number 7.
6.
Number 6 are the shrouded Carcharodons and the shrouded cetaceans, which are found swimming south of the Big Islands in the Krasarong Wilds. And you do not want to know how many times I just tried to say Carcharodon before I got it right, and I'm still probably not saying it correctly. And I actually saw this comment on Wowhead, which is actually educational, didn't expect that on Wowhead. Carcharodon is a genus containing two of the most well-known sharks, the extant great white shark and the extinct Megalodon. And Carcharodon comes from the Greek word karkaros, which means sharp or jagged, and otis, which means tooth. Meanwhile, a cetacean is actually a sea mammal like a whale or a dolphin, so it's not actually a shark, but I included it here because it is swimming with the sharks. But the main reason I put them on the list is I just think it's cool that they're kind of roaming around the Krasarong Wild Islands. Like, you fly around and you look down and you see them kind of just swimming underneath, and it's cool to look down and see them there and be like, damn, dude, I don't want to go in that water. That's scary. So that's why the shrouded carcharodons and cetaceans are number 6. 5. Number 5 is Old Gummers, and Old Gummers is a great white shark found in Lake Everstill of the Red Ridge Mountains. And I kind of feel bad for him because he's missing a bunch of his teeth, hence why his name is Old Gummers. And on top of that, he's got some arrows and spears stuck in him. Like, dude, it looks like Old Gummers has gone through some shit, you know what I mean? And he apparently replaced the elite Hydra that used to be here before the Cataclysm. And I don't actually know much about Red Ridge as somebody who primarily played Horde or played Dwarves and Gnomes that generally avoided Red Ridge, or at least, I don't know, I avoided Red Ridge. Listen, the mobs were too compact. I didn't really like the questing. I'm not a big Red Ridge person, all right? I know some people are like, I love Red Ridge. I don't like Red Ridge, all right? Sorry, this is supposed to be about Old Gummers. Like I was saying, I feel bad for him. I think he's just a shark trying to live, and the humans are just there shooting him and being annoying. But like, come on, he's swimming around with no teeth, and he's got spears and stuff stuck in him. Like, either put him out of his misery or like help him out. And maybe if you help him out, he won't hurt anybody anymore, and you can live in harmony, right? It'd be like a Disney movie. I don't know. That's why Old Gummers is number 5. 4. Number 4 is Wilhai, and Wilhai is a whale shark found in the abyssal depths, and he is being held by tentacles in place. So you have to free Wilhai for his quest. And if you couldn't tell, this is a reference to Free Willy, which really just reminds me how many pop culture references exist in this game. It is like so many, especially because I did pointless top 10 pop culture references last week, and I picked 10 out of like 10,000. Like, there are so many pop culture references in this game. I can make like 100 pointless top 10 pop culture references, and I still don't think it would cover all of them. But this is actually a double reference because Walhai is German for whale shark. And then on Wowhead, someone said that Vilhai means wild shark. But anyway, Wilhai's great. He's just a random whale shark trapped by these tentacles. You free him from the tentacles, and then he goes about his way without even really knowing that he's a reference to anything. So that's why Wilhai is number 4. 3. Number 3 is actually a 2-for-1. It is Grawl the Shark Loa and Epicus Maximus. So this is really weird. I don't do this very often, but I have a reason. So Epicus Maximus is an elite flying shark equipped with 2 rockets and a laser beam, and he's got a dinosaur and a Forsaken with an Arcanite Reaper jamming out on his back. However, I already put this in a pointless top 10 list, pointless top 10 dinosaurs, and I don't really like doing repeats of pointless top 10 because then I just end up like saying the same stuff. So if you want to learn more about him, you can go watch pointless top 10 dinosaurs, but he's great. He's Epicus Maximus. He's an awesome shark. And then we also have Grawl, who is the Shark Loa, which you would think a shark god would be like top on my list, which, you know, he's number 3, all right, that's pretty high up. But I swear, actually finding Grawl in this game is so annoying, and that's the reason that I put him lower on the list, because you have to like do a bunch of quests that I'm not about to do for this video, and then there's the Shrine of Grawl, and I was like, oh, I could film the Shrine of Grawl, but it phases out. I don't know why, maybe because I haven't done all the quests, or because I have done the quest, I have no idea. Then there's the Spirit of Grawl in Nosjatar, but I could only find the Son of Grawl that's behind the waterfall, and then I was looking for the Spirit. Apparently he comes out and helps you fight occasionally, but he never helped me fight when I was killing stuff, so it was just the Son of Grawl sitting back there with like dolphins swimming through. So I don't know, and this is a pointless list anyway, so that's why Epicus Maximus and Grawl are number 3. 2. Number 2 are the young sharks swimming around in Stormheim, because there are a ton of sharks here. Like, this might be the most shark infested area in the game. It is just sharks every couple feet. They're just all swimming around, all getting in your way. And apparently this is for a shaman quest. There's this big water elemental guy called Hydranin, and shaman players can interact with him to begin a one-time minigame where you need to collect 10 bubbles and return them to Hydranin while avoiding the sharks. And if you've never been here, I would suggest just coming here once, because it is really cool. Like, I was just flying around Stormheim, and then to see all these sharks swimming around, it's wild. I mean, if you don't like sharks, number 1, I don't know how you made it this far through the video, and number 2, then you probably shouldn't come here. I also just want to throw in some shark facts. We've got sharks do not have bones, sharks have special electroreceptor organs, shark skin feels similar to sandpaper, sharks can go into a trance-like state called tonic immobility, and each whale shark spot pattern is unique as a fingerprint. But I think it's a really unique place in World of Warcraft, even if you're not a shaman, so that's why the young sharks are number 2. 1. And number 1 is Mobus, and Mobus is a rare elite boss level whale shark found circling the abyssal breach in the abyssal depths. And I'm pretty sure he's a reference to Moby Dick. I would probably bet money on that one. And Mobus is apparently the largest rare mob in the game. I don't know if that's still true to this day, but it wouldn't surprise me because he is a massive whale shark that is just circling around the abyssal breach. And I mean, this guy pretty much is an outdoor raid boss. Like, he is a dragon of the sea. And even though I was never really a big fan of Vazir, I always remember this giant whale shark swimming around and always being like, oh my god, there he is, and trying to avoid him. I always just thought it was cool. You know, this guy was pretty much the Fell Reaver of Vazir. And so after thinking about all the sharks, I was like, dude, this guy is probably the coolest one. He's practically a dragon shark, and that's pretty awesome. So that's why he's number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. If you want more Pointless Top 10s, you can go check out Pointless Top 10 pop culture references from last week, or you go check out Pointless Top 10 dinosaurs to learn more about Epicus Maximus. Also, consider supporting the channel over on patreon.com/crendor or by becoming a channel member. Okay? Okay. See ya.